first. I guess they first, as a matter of fact. She's a great musician and a great comedian. Please welcome Rusty Warren. Hey! Hello, beautiful. I won't mess up your... You know everybody, don't you, Treasure? Do you know Rusty? And Patty? Patrick?
Yes, my Patrick.
Have a seat, my dear. You just flew in from...
Shit, I waited back there for hours.
I know, but you didn't ruin your gown.
No, I didn't ruin anything.
You didn't sit down,
I wasn't using it. Nobody asked me.
Is it Rusty?
Yes, it's Rusty. People always look at me and they say, Jesus, how old is that broad? I've seen her for 35 years. Sex is my subject.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it up, though. I wasn't using it. I figured, what the hell am I supposed to do?
You gave up sex?
Yes. Well, see, when a woman isn't asked, you have to give it up. Say, well, I don't really need it anyway. You know, it doesn't really count.
You didn't give it up.
It's always fun. I love to do a show like this because it gives me freedom of expression. You know, you've never seen me on television. You know, that other stuff that doesn't let you say shit and hell and damn and all the good things that I've been saying for all these years. Well, now they give me a chance to say what I've done. Well, please. Did you notice the darn? Is that precious?
Did you ever do a Tonight Show or any of the talk shows?
No, I always refused to do the Johnny Carson show for many, many reasons. Because if Johnny didn't like you, and I was not the kind of thing that he might have liked at all, what he would have done was take my entire career in 4.5 seconds and blew a hole right up my ass, and it all would have been over.
I doubt that very much. He couldn't do that.
Well, yeah, because you know that can happen because I couldn't say the things that I might want to say.
Well, that's what I thought, you know. But were you asked to do those shows and you refused to do them?
Once I was up for an interview or a talk or a chat, and it didn't happen. I'm not the kind of woman he really likes on the show. He sort of likes big tits and a lot of smiles, and I just made my new movie. And, you know,
Move me.
Yeah, well, they don't talk well unless the script is
Move me.
Well, that's irrelevant. Really, when you start talking about the things I like to do, and I've been talking, I guess, close to 20 years, people have asked, okay, what's the difference? Why now? Rusty Warren in 1980 to Rusty Warren in 1960 when that Knockers Up album first came out. And I think what really had happened when I first started talking about sex, and this is really the truth, people didn't expect a woman to speak the way I did on those albums. Because after all, I mentioned and said on the records in 1963 and 4 and 5 that we women liked sex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how dare I say
See,
that?
there's one woman out there who likes it too.
Well, that was wonderful. But don't forget, in those years, we weren't supposed to admit we liked it. We didn't even tell the ones we were doing it with that we liked it.
I never knew their names.
That's the truth.
Who are you? No.
This was the whole thing. And when I made that kind of an album saying that we liked it, hey, why the hell not? This was where
Opened so many doors for so many people. Well, didn't
Yes, and a lot of the young comedians today.
You gotta tap out for your talent. What made you famous? People start screaming bloody
That's
murder.
that again.
What is she doing with the knockers up, knockers down, you know?
Tell him, Pat.
No,
Yeah.
really, because here's a woman turns around, can't do a Carson show, can't do a Mike Douglas show, yet we got now Marie Osmond's going to play her mother. I don't understand this. This poor girl hasn't been, well, they tell you she's still a virgin, but she's playing her mother already. When the hell do these people start to get the teeth, take them out of the mouth, become human, for crying out loud?
Well, that's true.
That's what I don't understand. We get the John Davidson with all due respect, but these are all the blessed virgins. John Davis trying to tell everybody he's a virgin. He ain't a virgin. He's a tramp. You understand? This is what happens. The same face, the same teeth, the same nose. That's not America. Anthony DiNapoli's America. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah.
What's the difference? But, you know, we ain't perfect. We're not all perfect with the great nose and everything, and all the great ears and the great body. People want to relate to themselves normal.
Well, I think people today, especially in the sexual world, that is so, we are totally bombarded with all kinds of sex knowledge today. Never when I was a child. Never. Nobody mentioned it. It wasn't talked about. If you did it, you lay there in the dark. And don't forget, we women were conditioned that if you moved, you were a whore? Oh yes, because only whores do. You guys knew it. You paid the whores, and you never asked your wife to do
I
that.
never paid nobody. Nobody
Oh, yes,
took my
you
money.
did.
I never paid nobody. I gave a girl $20. She says, do me a favor, here's $10. Get lost.
Well,
Years ago, after 9 months, if she wasn't pregnant, there was something wrong with the poor girl.
Oh, no, wait.
For years, my father thought I was a cramp.
I pay by the inch, not the hour.
You know, because of the economic situation today, and there are a lot of unfortunate girls, and they're walking up and down the street. And I know that one of them was singing the blues to the other, and she said, what? I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. She said, you know, things are bad. I haven't been able to play a trick at all. She said, the kid's home, and his nose is running, and there's no food in the house. She said, Evelyn, can you give me $20 till I get back on my ass again? You see those things happen?
$20.
Well, that's right. Well, today we-
When you started in nightclubs and you said words that women were not supposed to say on stage and in performance, were there a lot of in the audience? Did you hear that a lot?
In the early part, there were people, of course, I didn't make albums in those days, so I
Right.
didn't know. And people would come in and not appreciate that kind of humor coming. It was strictly coming from a woman. I'm sure if a male had gone up there and done it, you could have got away with almost anything. But women were not really allowed. We had a certain area of comedy that we had to deal with. We were not allowed to talk the way I decided I wanted to say the things. I was called the original women's liberation attitude woman,
Right.
and that kind of thing, because I expressed, damn it, our needs. Our needs, our sexual needs, and I made fun with it. I didn't get heavy with it. I made fun. I treated it lightly. Lenny Bruce did a number on me because he said, hey, you're copped out. You're not laying it where it's at. You're fooling the public. You're doing all this. That you weren't being honest about what women really feel. I said, what do you know? You do your political
Yes.
things and you do what you do. I feel that if you tread softly in a sexual attitude, tread softly, hit them with a feather, make albums, do whatever, then they will pay attention. Maybe look at the turnaround in, what's it been, 25 years down here? 25 years, and look at the turnaround. Look at what happened today. Every time you pick up a magazine, Cosmopolitan magazine, have you had your orgasm today? Jesus, I haven't had time to bake the cookies. Let me two goddamn orgasm today.
Rusty, when you perform in nightclubs today, are the audiences as shocked as they were when you first started?
I don't think so, because we're in the 80s today, and it's a different flavor of goodie that happens today. After all, you pick up a newspaper, you go to the media, movies, everything, cable itself, lends itself to very open feelings about sex. When I was very young, we couldn't find any information to read, to know, to find out what was expected of us as men and women. And I find that even they've got manuals, sex manuals out, and now I know you may feel funny about, but I have to send for one. Maybe not as much for my own knowledge as to find out what the hell they were writing in the goddamn book. And the book arrives, it's this big. Swear to God, now I'm not lying. The manual, it's a sex manual for Masters and Johnson.
What's a manual?
When it arrived, I looked and I started to laugh because I figured, oh Jesus, look what I don't know. I mean, this is a lot of material.
And they tell you everything.
Everything, pictures,
where to get it.
Right. Right.
They've got the diagrams and the pictures and everything. They've got a whole thing. They took a survey, 849 different ways to do it. I only know 3, but I know them good. 3.5. Well, the other one I did myself.
That's the other half, huh?
But I mean, this is what today is. It's a very free and open
Are there
attitude.
pictures in this manual of real
Picture,
people?
diagrams and pictures,
Real
and
people?
wasted 849 different
I gotta get
diagrams.
this book. It sounds like a Mexican book, Manuel. Is that it?
No, it isn't. It's a Masters and Johnson little
Masters and
thing.
Johnson,
But
right?
it's pictures of people or
Like little
sketches?
cartoons, sketches.
Well, I never
Cartoon,
understood.
Dick Tracy.
It's
Popeye.
Dick something, but I don't know what it is.
I don't understand one thing. All these 855 pages, and all you do is explain how you have to go to bed and
Case
fuck,
systems.
right?
No,
Is that
they
what it
got
breaks
fantasies
down? No
in
fucking
it.
in the picture.
Yes. You
They
take
don't
the
call
left
it that no
hand
more.
and you place it on your left ankle, and that's a position.
Well, this is supposed to be the prelude to sex, right?
No, it's information about sex.
Oh, this is.
Machinery. Batteries. A neighbor don't...
No, the
Batteries.
vibrate is a separate chapter.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, well you can't see it because it's behind you, you rock.
Did you really learn anything when you read this manual?
I learned there's an awful lot of things I gotta learn.
Very expensive. It's expensive now to have an affair.
It's $150 for the goddamn
Years
book.
ago, it was natural. Today, it's a big ton of money.
Yeah.
Batteries cost you at least $1,100 a year. All right?
Ask him, he knows.
That's the truth. Neighbors don't come over for sugar. Say, any batteries left over? AAA, double B. If you don't have them, talk to them.
Right.
And all you hear at the night is, it's a bus.
Self-contained man, right?
Yes.
That's all you hear.
You don't need anybody.
That's why New York went dark in that, I think it was the early 60s. There were 7 broads with 74 vibrators, and the whole city went under.
Joe Gallon died that day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
That's
Her battery died.
They blew the whole thing, right? But that's what's happening today. It's not natural anymore. Everything is a gimmick. Everything is get me something for this. My mother and father never needed nothing. They needed 2 people to grab each other, hug and hold, and they made a couple of children. Today, if you come up on a kid, they sue you for defamation of character. This is what goes on today. They don't want a kid. Now you got pills. We never took nothing years ago. We let the good Lord go and see what the hell can happen. Today you got pills. You got pills for, pills against. Pills for 72. Now you got numbers 69, 38, 50. It's like a football game. You don't know what you're going to do that night. You got to have a good memory for the numbers.
You gotta have a pill to get it up.
My wife says 13. I thought she wanted to jump on her ankle. She says, no. She says, go to the 13 next door. That's the room number. I don't know what it's crazy. But everybody, whether they're hypocrites if they tell you that they don't think and read and know. We can all be prudish and all be, well, are you crazy? It's so nice to say, that's what you want to do it. You don't have to do it on 38th Street. 14th Street's a good street to do it.
It hurts.
Not 38th Street. Off the side of a cliff.
They do it everywhere, even in New York.
Whites do it, bees do it, that tells you the song. And it's in 90, I saw a porno movie, the woman had to be 85 years old. She was sensational.
Thank you.
There wasn't a guy in the thing. I'm gonna tell you this about
I did a porno movie. I did one porno movie in my life. It was,
And they laugh.
well, it was with Joey Heatherton. It was called A Happy Hooker Goes to Washington.
You did that one?
Yeah, I
Was that a
did.
porno X-rated?
Yes, it was
Or
X-rated.
was it simulated? It's a
I've never met a happy hooker.
No, simulated, hold on.
I'm happy
Larry, was it simulated, Larry? Simulation and X-rated is 2 different things. Simulated is you put it in a bag. X-rated, you put it right where you're supposed to put it. Now, was this here in a bag or where you're supposed to put it?
We want answers.
What's that?
The terrible thing is, I didn't meet the girl that I was supposed to perform the act with, and I've never done this kind of thing before. Never.
Even in real life, that's what kills them.
And I meet the dame. I meet this little girl, and I said to her, my name is Larry Storch, and we're involved in this scene. I was supposed to play Bobby Riggs, the tennis pro.
Right.
Anyway, she says, I know who you are, Mr. Storch. She said, my family, I come from Altoona, Pennsylvania. My name is Eloisa Bisco. And it's a great honor, Mr. Storch, to know that in 5 minutes I'm going to have my legs wrapped around your head. So now I never heard that kind of talk before. So I got my mother's picture in my wall. Now, there's 2 kinds of scenes, porn scenes. It's hard porn and soft porn. Unfortunately, my scene turned out to be soft porn. I hadn't planned it that way. Soft porn. So, yes, soft porn.
I'd like to thank my special guests, Pat Cooper, Treasure Ford, Larry Storch. Oh, Jesus.
At this point, I'll waive it. Go ahead. I'll change my name. I'll change my name.
Larry Storch. No, I'm going on. I'm not going back. Larry Storch. Rusty Warren, and let's see, we had Jack Carter, David Cassidy, and special guest star Red Fox. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.